Hey people, it is Saturday, July the 20th. The time is 6:23 p.m. It's currently about 27 Celsius, feeling more like 30 with the humidex. It's not terribly muggy today, but definitely a hot day. Mostly sunny, although the clouds have just recently moved in and temporarily covered up the sun, which I'm thankful for, because I've been out walking around for quite a while now with the sun glaring down on me most of the time. I feel a bit sunbaked. I'm on Lower River Street, making our way north. And we're on the east side of downtown in the Corktown neighborhood. So I'm going to be making my way home. I live on the east side, but I live in the Garden District. I think I'll take us along King Street here through Corktown. We'll make our way west for a bit. And then at some point I'll start heading north towards my neighborhood. Kingston Road streetcar. So this far eastern end of downtown is usually a bit on the sleepy side, whether you're on King Street or on Queen Street. But it's interesting with all its historical old buildings. This is one of the oldest parts of the city. The original town site of York, the town of York, which predates Toronto, is just a bit west of here. So the buildings along here are really the next phase of development after the original town site of York. So very old by Toronto standards, many dating from the first half of the 19th century. The old town of York was founded at the end of the 18th century. But not too many buildings from that time period are left. I think the oldest you might find in these parts of the city date from around the 1830s. A lot of the old original buildings were made of wood, and they suffered many fires and most of them were lost and then later replaced by brick buildings, which came a bit later. Sumac Street. This will lead you up into the Regent Park neighborhood if you head north. You can see some of the towers of Regent Park just a bit north of here. The new Canary District and the Distillery District are also nearby, just a bit to the south of here. Bay Dog Hospital. And there's Bright Street across the way. I have done a few walks through there. It's a neat old street that sort of winds its way north to Queen Street, lined with old row houses, sort of workers style row houses from the 19th century. I won't go there right now, but you can definitely check out one of my previous videos. Just type in Bright Street in the search bar of my channel page. It should come right up. This building played the part of a police station on a popular sci-fi show I used to watch called Orphan Black. The show was set in Toronto, and that was supposed to be one of the precincts of Toronto, although Toronto really doesn't have precincts, it has divisions, but I guess they didn't want to confuse American viewers who watched the show by using Canadian terms. So they called it a precinct. There's a pretty happening spot right back there. I had to keep talking though since there was some loud music. There's a new residential building. Kind of a funky design. And there's some old 19th century row houses tucked away over there behind the trees. An old, very disused looking throughway muffler branch here. The CN Tower making an appearance. Kind of a neat mishmash of vantage points looking that way. The street curves up ahead, so that's why you get this sort of overlapping look with all the buildings. No exit there. More old row houses sort of tucked in there. I think we're close to a couple of historic landmarks. The oldest continually operating church in Toronto. Just up ahead, I think it's called the Little Trinity Church. And it's on Trinity Street. So there it is. And I'd like to live in one of those little row houses over there. So, little Trinity Church, founded in 1842. And I think right next door is the Little Trinity House, which is around the same age. Very nice little parkette here. And more green space. Got a couple of swings just waiting for someone to make use of over there. That's something I haven't done in several years. I think I was live streaming last time I made use of a swing set. That was on the Esplanade, if I remember correctly. And here is Parliament Street. Corktown Station will be located here as part of the new Ontario line, the subway line running through the area. Currently under construction. Here's where the street curves up ahead. And then it's a straight shot west through the heart of the financial district. This is Berkeley Street. And behind these old historic building on the corner is the Globe and Mail headquarters, that large office building. Right, I think I'll get off of King Street here.
I never parked elsewhere, but like,
I just want to cross the street. Maybe I'll go against the light. No harm done. I love this view though, looking west. It's a little more impressive a bit closer to the financial district, but it's still cool from here as well. Here's the Alumni Theater. Thought a cyclist wanted to get through here. Although there is a bike lane on the other side of the street. So this is Adelaide now. Still heading west. I wanted to get a close-up look at this new office building here. That's why I came off of King Street.
Yeah, I guess you would think that, yeah. You would think that.
It's like they incorporated this old Art Deco style building here. That's the new EQ Bank head office. A bit removed from all the bank towers in the financial district. It's also quite a bit shorter than those buildings. Maybe it wanted to stand out, so chose to locate over here where it definitely does stand out as one of the taller buildings in the area now. They would have been completely dwarfed in the financial district. And not even visible in most skyline shots. They have a huge construction site here. I think at least 2 towers will be going up here. So the new office building there will have some competition as to who's the tallest building in the area. I think some of the new towers going up here will surpass that one. All right, let's go back to King Street. It was just a little detour. I did a walk along Adelaide Street not too long ago. You can see all the facadism all around this site. That's where they knock down an old building but leave just a facade standing. So when the new development is finished, it looks like the old building is still there, at least in some form. Kind of a mellow feeling to this early Saturday evening. At least in this part of downtown. No doubt if you go to Yonge and Dundas or some other parts of downtown, it's probably the usual noise and chaos, especially at Yonge and Dundas. It's crossing Sherbourne Street. Whether you're on the east side or the west side, King Street is a awesome street to just stroll along if you like to look at old brick architecture with substantial old brick buildings, like 5-6 floors or more. You'll find a similar sort of look west of Spadina Avenue on that part of King Street. The atmosphere is different though. That area is much more restaurant and nightlife oriented. And a much younger sort of population tends to hang out there. George Brown College is here also, which adds a bit of a youthful energy to this stretch of King. During the school year, in the daytime, King West is more of a nighttime area for youthful energy. Here's a look north up George Street. And south towards St. Lawrence Market. You'll find lots of furniture stores along this part of King Street East. Antique stores and quite a few coffee shops. And some nice cafes. And a few noisier spots. It's not all lacking in nightlife and bars. Right, here is Jarvis Street. It gets a bit busy around here. St. Lawrence Market is just a stone's throw to the south. And we'll spill over from that very busy area up here to King Street. St. Lawrence Market is a very popular area with tourists. All right, I'm going to cross here. I think I'll take us into St. James Park. There's the awesome St. Lawrence Hall. That dates from 1850. And some more unpleasant history. Let's check out the fountain. It's actually turned on, which is nice. And there's the cathedral. And quite possibly the nicest park in the downtown area. Not the biggest though. Picnic-like gathering over there. have a few tents over here. You don't usually see tents in St. James Park. And back onto Adelaide Street here. So I think I'll wrap things up here in the park. Nice view of St. Lawrence Hall peeking through the trees up ahead. So I hope you enjoyed the walk around the east side, mainly through Corktown and a bit into Old Town here, a bit further west. Starting around Underpass Park at Lower River Street and making our way to St. James Park. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal as well as via my merch store. Or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. Hey, how's it going? Are you just watching me record you? All right. Well, thanks for being cool with it. Doesn't seem to mind. He's not a dingus squirrel. So thanks for watching. And thanks to all the channel members, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.